Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear and see me. It is never straightforward going live. We're always running around at the last minute, despite the fact that Mr. G tells me everything's going to work without a hitch. We haven't done it without a hitch yet. But I think I'm here. I think I'm live, and it's Wednesday. So I can see lots of you in the chat already. So I'm hoping you can see and hear me okay. Give me a shout if you can't hear me. I can hear Mr. G down the corridor shouting. But hopefully I'm all right. I'm clear and transmitting out to your devices. And this evening I'm also live, not only from this Funky Fossil Facebook and YouTube, but also on the Create and Craft Facebook page. So if you're watching from there, very warm welcome. We do our lives every Wednesday at 7 o'clock with Funky Fossil. And this is a really special one because we're going to be showcasing our wonderful signature series issue 2. And I'm going to open up that wallet and show you all the goodies inside. You may have already, and I think I've seen from a few of the comments, you may have already noticed that the product is live on the Create and Craft website. My shows are on Friday at 3 and 7, but the product is already available at the on-air price. So if you like what you see this evening and you want to get ahead of the show, then by all means do. I think Steve's posted a link to where you can get it. For those of you familiar with Create and Craft, it is on the Funky Fossil brand webpage. So hopefully you'll be able to find it. I think he's tried to pin it at the top of the comments too. So but I'm sure lots of you are very familiar with the website and will know exactly where you're going to find the latest products from Funky Fossil. So let me say some hellos because I'm looking at the chat, which is where I'm looking off to on the computer in front of me. And there are lots of lovely names and faces that join every week. And I'm always delighted to spend a Wednesday evening with you. So let's say hi to Julie, Jess, Therese, Steph, Dawn, Avril, Sue. Oh, thank you everybody for joining me. Adele, I hope you had a lovely time in Spain, lovely. And I will message you back after the live. I saw your message, but I was running around before we went live. Jane, Angela. Oh, wow. Melanie, Roxy Lee. Oh, great. So many of you on wanting to get a bit of a sneaky peek at this next part of the signature series collection. Paul Lifton and Paul Shelley, welcome. Oh, and me. I think that Steve's commented as me there. Hi, Belinda. Oh, Selena. Yeah, lots of you on tonight. And where's the week going? I can't believe that it's Wednesday already. I've had, as you might have seen from the post on Facebook early this week, I've had a super busy start to the week because we were packing orders from the shows that we did on Saturday. So thumbs up to all of you for getting up at 7 o'clock and supporting me. They were really busy shows. So I'm hoping 99% of the orders have now gone out the door. So they've all been dispatched. So they'll be on their way to you if you place an order. And I pretty much got up to date with the orders on the web shop too. So fingers crossed, you'll be getting some fabulous goodies arriving with you in the next day or two. So I'm then hoping that I'll clear it in the decks so that I can start prepping demos. Is it Thursday tomorrow? Start prepping demos for the Friday shows. And as I say, I've been really, really keen to share this with you for a little while. For those of you that haven't come across or aren't familiar with what she's talking about, signature series, this is only the second edition, and we started this in January as part of our 5th birthday month. And if you recall, it was a gorgeous Art Deco themed collection. And it comes, and I'll turn the camera down in a second, it comes in a lovely presentation wallet. This time out, I've gone with a whole different vibe, very spring, with a real twist to it, and different range of products in it. So it won't always be the same combination of products. So this time I've got a few rub-ons in there. We've got some black and white postcards, so dies, stencils, etc. So yeah, I can't wait. In fact, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to get it all into this wallet, to be fair. So that's going to take some packing in itself. Hiya, Barb. Yes, they are on the web, lovely. They're available now on Create & Craft at the on-air price. So you can find them there and have a look. So although I say I'm doing the reveal, some of you probably already seen what's in there, but I want to talk to you about it anyway. And I have some amazing samples from my brilliant design team. I can see Sarah on here, Sarah Edison, and I know Ali's on, and I'm sure I've seen Liz as well. So we'll be looking at some of their makes too. So, and as well, I always forget to say this, don't I? There's two things I always forget to say every Wednesday. One is we'll do some giveaways because we're celebrating some new products. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to give away 2 of the Signature Series wallets with contents. And I'm going to give away 2 the 8x8 paper pads with a set of rub-ons. So there'll be 4 giveaways in total. And all you need to do is just take part, comment. Ali from the design team kind of keeps an eye on the feed as it goes through from wherever you're viewing and commenting. And we will announce 4 giveaway winners at the end of the live. The other thing I always forget to say, I thought I saw Olga there. The other thing I forgot to say was do please like and share if you're able from wherever you're viewing, because we like to get the word out when we've got a new release coming out, particularly one that for me is part of a growing series. It's just fantastic to get your support in making sure that as many people as possible know about it. So please do like and share as we go through. So I'm bracing myself for Olga to start heckling me and telling me what I'm doing wrong. And I'm sure I saw some of the names. Oh yeah, I saw Donna there as well. Chris, fabulous. There are lots of you on this evening. So I'm sure you don't want to be looking at my face any longer than you have to. Let's get looking at some product instead. So we have the Signature Series. Oh, you're going to start some drama in YouTube, are you, Olga? Good grief. Good grief. As if my day hasn't been stressful enough. You've been so quiet today, Olga, as well. I thought maybe you might have forgotten I was live tonight. So, in this wonderful envelope of goodness, and those of you who got the first Signature series, will already be familiar with how beautiful this kind of packaging is. It's a lovely weight to it. It's got a feel to it as well. I don't quite know the kind of how you describe the finish. It's almost like a silky finish. I would love to know from those of you that have got it, got the first one, what are you doing with your wallets? Are you using them to store the goodies in? Are you taking the goodies out and putting them in whatever storage systems you already have? Because I'm thinking, you know, we need to do some projects making use of the wallets themselves, because they're too good not to do something with, and are easy enough to customize, whether you want to put maybe notes in them or use it for some kind of journaling exercise as well. So yeah, let me know what you've been up to with your wallets. Yeah, she's a drama queen, Bella. Right, let's have a look inside here. So the last Signature series with the Art Deco contents was already full, and I know lots of you commented on how much I'd managed to get in there. Well, prepare to be very impressed by how much I could possibly squeeze into this particular issue. I'm really proud of it. So where do we start? There is so much. Let me start with, and I'm hoping I'm not catching glare from the cameras, so do let me know if you're struggling to see, an A6 stamp set, and this is all words and sentiments based, and this is a kind of an all year round, all occasions celebration style set of sentiments, which will make lots of sense when you see what I've teamed it with in the rest of the collection. But you've got things like Live a Great Story, You Colour My World, Friends Make the World Beautiful, Choose Happy. So they're great sentiments that are going to go on cards, whether it be memories, weddings, anything kind of really just celebratory, and just because as well. So I love the words in this, and of course you've got your different fonts. So this is suitable. This is a super versatile set of stamps that will carry you through a whole range of different projects. Now, I just don't know where to start. It's too much goodness. Let's go next to the papers and to the postcards, because I think then what you can do to build on top of those will really start to kind of bring this collection to life. So in this wallet, you get a collection of 5x7 papers. My mum's packed all these, bless her, so she'll be delighted to see me taking them out of the bags before I even send them out. So you've got 16 5x7 papers, 8 designs, 2 of each, and when you'll see, I'll have a quick flick through the papers, but also on the counter, for those of you that really love your papers, I know lots of you like the papers from Funky Fossil, we've got an 8x8 paper pad as well. So if you want it, given this is a consumable, if you want to kind of extend your making with this collection, there are more designs in here as well as there are in the paper pads, but there is an 8x8 as well. But I want to give you everything in the wallet that I can. So for those of you that want to make that one purchase, it's as self-contained as I can make it. So this has got a real kind of spring vibe to it, really kind of beautiful, vibrant colours. You've kind of got your watercolour backgrounds, painterly looks. You've got beautiful florals. So you'll be glad to know this has had the Tony Darroch seal of approval, because it has sufficient amount of flowers in it to keep herself happy. So she was like, oh, finally, you've done some flowers. Beautiful peonies. So these are they're not as heavy as the paper pad. The paper pad's 190 GSM. I think these might be 150, but they are beautiful and a real spring, fresh colourway. I love the tulips. I'm just waiting to see when I get to the end. I think this is the last one. I love this one. This one's like, looks like an oil painting. Just fabulous. So yeah, greens, pinks, yellows, teals. It's a fabulous range of papers. And what I've teamed them with, and this is unusual, I've not tried this before, so I'll be looking forward to getting your feedback when you get them home and you can have a play with them. I've combined with the papers a set of black and white postcards. So these are about 300 or 350 GSM. These are a good weight to them. And my thinking, and of course you can use these in whatever way you want, this is just where I started from in putting the collection together. My thinking is you can add colour to these. So just before we went live, let me see if I can find it. I was colouring one of the tulips. So you know those fabulous black and white postcards that you can get, where there is it's almost like photo tinted, and there's just that one element is picked out with some colour. So here's one, for example, where I've just added a light wash of watercolour just to the tulip, but it just looks really soft and pretty. So I wanted to be able to add a little bit of colour to the black and whites, but equally we've got these vibrant papers as well, so you've got your contrast already built in. So you've got your tulips, you've got your champagne glasses, which I think are rather cool, and then you've got the Ferris wheel. So again, this whole kind of carefree celebration, magical memories type kind of theme running through this. It's why I call it Pretty Little Things, because I think it's that sense of all those lovely little things that kind of make us smile. So you've got your bicycle. I love this. You've got your pier going into that kind of beautiful horizon. And just you wait until you see the rub-ons that go with this and how it's going to combine. Happily ever after sign. So great for weddings. I'm sure I could give that to Mr. G. And then a fabulous cave. So you've got obviously the seascape behind it, and this gorgeous tree as well. How atmospheric that is. So you could add a bit of colour to these, or add a bit of sparkle. and just lift them, add some white highlights just to bring out further definition in the kind of the background or the water, or as I say, just leave them as a stunning piece themselves. And there are 2 of each in the pack, so you've got 16 postcards, 8 designs. So again, I mean, these themselves, given there's a weight to them, they're quite a chunky little package in the wallet. So black and white and coloured, and I've never tried this before, so you're gonna have to let me know what you think. And the really exciting thing about the black and white postcards is, and Olga's going to need to cover her eyes because these are the first rub-ons that she hasn't done. I can see her asking the question. And these are, Olga, they're very simple rub-ons. They're very simple. So don't you worry. Olga's been working on some stunning rub-ons this last week. We're both really excited about them. That's great. There we go. So I've put a little pack, a pack of 3 A6 rub-ons in your signature wallets. And the reason for these, and the reason why I wanted to include them, was what a fabulous way of adding a pop of colour to your black and white postcards. Because for those of you that know, I knew it. I knew I'd be in trouble. For those of you that have used our rub-ons before, and I know lots of you have tried them out, maybe we're initially thinking, oh, I'm not sure whether it's for me, and have been absolutely blown away with them. These are going to add that completely seamless printed look on your black and white postcards. Of course, you don't need to use them with the postcards. That's just, again, where I was thinking at the time of putting this collection together. And as the theme of the wallet suggests, it's called Pretty Little Things. So you've got your hearts, your tulips, butterflies, a gorgeous rainbow, balloons and bubbles. So you can imagine these kind of golden bubbles. Can you see them? With the champagne glasses that I was showing you a second ago. So just adding almost that hyper realistic pop on the black and white postcards. You can imagine the this kind of collection of heart balloons with the happily ever after sign. Peonies, because we've got peony papers. Do you know, I was really thinking about this one. So let me just give you a very quick, I've got amazing samples with me, so I won't, you know, I'll go back to those in a second. But just one that I literally put together very quickly last night when I was having a play, is you can see how the balloons work with the Ferris wheel. So you've got your papers in the background, your black and white, and your rub-ons, and it just kind of gives it a really fun look. I think it's an unexpected touch. So that's the rub-on elements to the Pretty Little Things wallet. So as long as Olga lets me send these out, then we've got this. And again, for me, the thing with this signature series is it gives you that little taster. Everything works together, but equally it gives you that little taster of trying out partly a collection and also the kind of things that we do at Funky Fossil. And increasingly our collections, certainly our bigger collections, include rub-ons. So this is a nice little dip your toe in the water, see what you can do with them. They're super, super versatile. And I know lots of you won't just use them with the black and white images, but that was the idea. And then I've got 2 more things in this wallet, you know, still 2 more things. So lots of you really loved the layered stencils that we had on the shows on Saturday, and they were the geometric backgrounds. And I've just done a really fun little, this is an A6 stencil, and you can see it's bubbles. So you've got your solid bubbles and then you've got your highlights. So you can imagine, I was immediately thinking sparkle paste when I put this one together. But given you've got bubbles in your rub-ons, I thought this would be a nice, you know, it would add a nice dreamy look to your project. So, and again, it's going to be something you can use for so many different occasions. It's not a particularly collection specific thing, but will work great with it. So, and of course, when you're using your sparkle paste, as this element on the top of the bubbles. That's going to dry really quickly. There's not much paste going on there. One thing I should say about the sparkle paste while I am thinking about it is that is pretty much gone. It's sold so well at the weekend. So there's a few on the website, on the Create & Craft website now, but I'm not sure. This is the Stella paste I'm talking about, the clear one. The colours are still fine, and I've got stock of those, so obviously I'll be using those on Friday. But if you're still wanting to get your hands on the beautiful kind of clear holographic sparkle paste, then I say we are literally down to a small number of units left of those. They're on reorder, but if it's something you were thinking about, then probably it's worth trying to at least get that before Friday. I'm not sure how long they'll last. And then the final element of this wallet. Oh, hi, Carol. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? So I'm just catching up on comments here. Philippa, oh, I'm glad you're liking it, everybody. Selena, yeah, exactly. Bubbles. I mean, you know, can't go wrong with bubbles, can you? Oh, thank you, Donna. I hope everyone likes it. I really have tried to put a little bit of everything I could possibly squeeze into this one. So the final element of this wallet, this signature series, is our peony die. You can see here solid base and then the overlay. Very difficult to really bring a die to life in the packaging. So I'm just turning behind me to look for a sample that we have. Where is it? Here. This is a fabulous sample from our wonderful Sarah. So you can see how she's used the peony to create that big kind of wreath frame, and she's paper pieced, or she's covered. It always looks like paper piecing, doesn't it? But she's used the outline die over the solid base with some of the pattern papers. Use some glitter on the tulip, in the black and white postcard. You've got your rub-ons there. You really would not know they weren't part of the actual print. And the sentiment. So yeah, that die is gorgeous. Again, it's a lovely accent die that will work with so many of the things you already have. It'll be a lovely corner on things. You can build it into a wreath like our Sarah's done. It's just a nice user-friendly one. Really kind of again, oh, I love how the sparkle just caught the light there. It's another one that I can see, like the bubbles, just going across all your makes and adding a little touch of something when you're struggling to know what to add. So that, everybody, is our second wallet. What are you thinking, everybody? You're liking it? I hope you are, because I really I'm trying with these signature series wallets to make them special for you, so that there's the kind of thing that when I say, you know, the next one is coming, you know, it's something that we really thought about, and really wanting to try and give you a lovely experience, I guess, when you open the wallet and you can look through everything that's in there and think about your projects, and also integrate them with everything else you have. But as I said, the sentiments are going to go with so many of the products you already have. Your dies are going to absolutely do that. You can't go wrong with your bubble layering stencils. If you want to try a little bit texture paste for the first time, then this is a very nice, easy way of getting started. You rub on so many, I mean, you decorate your envelopes as well, of course. Just have a think about that. And then really have fun with those black and white postcards, because I think that's a real fun touch. And then before I get to super sample time and maybe have a little, oh yeah, of course, there's something else I forgot. I've got some amazing stencils on the show as well. So what I thought I'd do from a demo perspective is just use one of the new layered stencils and show you how that builds up as well. So stay tuned for that. Remember the 4 giveaways for commenting, liking, being here this evening with us. So if you did like the look of the wallets, there are 2 up for grabs this evening. So I've given you a flick through this 5x7 papers. So I won't spend ages on the 8x8 paper pad because they're very much taken from the same range. So I'm flicking through quickly to just try and highlight the ones that are different, albeit in the same theme as in the wallet itself. So this is a slightly different version of that oil painting that I pointed out before. There's a really dramatic one in here. Beautiful tulips. I'm sure, yes, so there's that oil painting one that's in the wallet, sized up. I do love these tulips. Steve, bless him, Steve doesn't buy me many flowers, but he always buys me tulips because he knows I love them. Beautiful peonies. This is the one I was looking for because I had a panic when I saw a gorgeous sample using it, and I was thinking that's not in the wallet, but it is in the paper pad. That's why I can't find it now in front of me. But isn't that gorgeous? The drama of that with the peonies with the black background. I can't find it. I'll find it when I go through the samples. It will emerge. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Who's this by? Liz. So our Liz has used, just look at this for drama, but also simplicity. So Liz has used that peony background paper that we're looking at, the sentiment in gold heat embossing. She's put the rub-ons onto acetate to give them a little bit more substance so they don't melt completely into the background, because remember they will kind of merge into that background, so it means that they kind of stay prominent on the card. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that a lovely card? Well done, Liz. I love this one, and I love another mate that Liz has sent me in that I'll show you in a second. So this paper isn't in the wallet, but it is in the pad, and I think they're the main ones. This is one that isn't in the wallet, but it's in the pad. I'm trying to remember now, but you get the idea. So these papers are beautiful. Yeah, it's a good point actually, Jane, because quite a few of the samples the design team have cut into these papers and pulled out florals and elements. So yes, for those of you fussy cutters extraordinaire, can you imagine this large peony, for example, cut out and on your project? Beautiful. I was wondering what Adele had spent £600 on tyres. That's not very exciting, Adele. Thought it was going to be something much more glamorous. And then the final thing that I want to show you this evening that's on the counter on Friday and obviously on the web now are four. So my usual 4 for 3, and I like to try and bring you value on the stencils because I do cut them myself. So it's one thing I can kind of control the pricing on a little bit more. And this is a selection of 4 layered stencils, and the design team haven't got these, so they're probably going to get very angry with me right now. But these are my kind of pretty little things stencils, and they look really, really dull, don't they? So let's show you some finished samples, or some coloured up samples I haven't finished making with them yet, because as I say, the DT haven't had a chance to have a play. So we've got our gown, a beautiful gown. This is a super easy one to use. You just got your solid dress, and then separately on the other layer you've got the top part of the body and the hair separately. Really, it's just so easy to line up. You just see it when you're putting it together. And then you've got a layer at the bottom of the skirt of these kind of circles, which again, if you want to add paste or you want to add embossing powder, you're always going to have that pop of sparkle. And again, when I was thinking when I was putting this together, obviously of the bubble rub-ons and the bubble stencil, that circular element there could extend all the way across your card. So I hope you can see that black tie on Stella paste on the black dress. Isn't that gorgeous? Wish my waistline was as small as that. So this is a lovely one. Hi Suzanne, you're not late at all. Hi Kath. Yeah, I know, design team. I am sorry. Lastminute.com. You will get them, I promise. I know. I know what you mean, Jane. I'm like that. It's like I get stuff out and I get super excited, and before I know it, I've run out of time. So another of the layered stencils is Geo Bubbles, which is obviously taking the bubble theme of the what's in the wallet, but then this is just changing up a little bit with some additional texture in the bubbles. Ignore this rogue bubble here because this was my prototype stencil and I'd forgotten this bit. The one you get will have fill-ins for all of them. You do see it all. A babble. A bubble. Circles anyway. So again, here I've got Icicle Dreams and After Midnight of the paste that I've used on those. So hopefully you can see. But again, if you don't have the paste and that's not where your mind is going, then you can totally use embossing powders or just a different contrasting colour of ink or tone on tone. Go back over with the same colours, but just bringing out a bit of interest. So that's the Geo Bubbles. We've done the gown and the bubbles, and then I'm going to show you the layered tree, and then I'll have to build this one, the tapestry floral, as my demo because I haven't got a sample. I gave my sample to my mum for her birthday, so I haven't yet made another one. So I'll blame my mum. So the third one is what I'm calling treetop, and this is a layered tree. So what you've got in here is the trunk is one part, and then all these little dots are the second part. I have put registration marks on this for lining it up, but you so don't need it because it's a very forgiving one, and it doesn't really matter if the little bubbles are over the branches. I'm not sure it would make any difference visually at all. You could, and I haven't had a chance to do this yet, but I will do, is you could obviously add your own ink, do a blended ink circle, and then put this layer on top of it. I did think about adding another layer to the stencil, but then I just thought you don't really need it because you could add ink in your own right if you wanted to. But you can imagine these with the blues as well, for a kind of a more Christmassy, wintry look. Well, any season really. So this is Enchanted Forest. So it's got, I don't know if you can see it. I'm sorry if my lighting isn't ideal, but this has kind of got the greens and purples from Enchanted Forest on it. And then I will show you Tapestry Floral in a second when we've had a look through some of the samples, but it is a super cool one. This one is a 4-layer one, but again, very easy to use. And I think it's going to give you a really elegant look. I can't wait to try this, for example, sections of this on black and white postcards as well. Because remember, stencil onto your postcards. As with the papers, uncoated, they're going to take your mediums, as you've seen from the samples I've already shown you. So, work on top of them. I haven't. I'm thinking aloud here. I haven't put. I've put refills of the papers and rub-ons on the counter for Friday. I haven't put refills of the black and white postcards, but if people really like this signature series too, and they want more of the postcards, then I'll certainly look at bringing more of those for you to be able to top up your collections. Right, let's have a look at some samples, everybody. Are you all okay? Are you all well? Yeah, they love having a play. They sometimes don't like the deadlines. That's for sure. Hi, Sarah Lou. Lovely to see you. Oh, I'm so glad so many of you are here. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the tree is a great one for creating that scene setting. And even, I'm just thinking critters there. I'm looking at that comment about critters. The black and white postcard with the cave or the tree. I mean, again, add a coloured stamped image to one of those, a bit like with the rub-ons, and it will really it will add just a quirky look. Now, I won't go through all of these in detail because I do want to do a quick demo and I don't want to take all of your evening. I like to not try and dominate the whole of your Wednesday. So we're going to have a whole range of cards here, from really simple. In fact, most of these makes are simple. Some don't look simple, but because we've got all these elements in the same pack, the same collection, they are super easy to do. So Ali, again, always uses black and white brilliantly on every make. So she's got her sentiment and her peony in black and white against that beautiful watercolor background. And hopefully you can just pick up there the bubbles, just the solid bubbles, work in their own right with clear heat embossed with a few of the rub-ons. So really, really simple to do. You've got everything in this pack to make that card. And then Ali again has been very clever here. So hopefully you can see what she's done. She's cut up the champagne glass postcard. She's matted them onto the beautiful coloured paper. Added a word from Signature Series 1. And I know lots of you have asked about the availability of this die in its own right, and I will bring it out as an individual item soon. I just need to be sure that I've been able to fulfill all of the Signature Series 1 wallet before I release an individual element from it, if that makes sense. But I will bring that out for you. And then you've got your beautiful rub-ons. How cool is that? She's just so clever. I just love the way they've broken the elements down. Is this Ali? It's not written on it. Or is it Sarah? Please claim your work in the comments if you see this. So the beautiful tree postcard, and then you see how the peony rub-on is mirroring that peony paper. So simple, but really, really cool. So say that you can integrate so many elements onto these black and white postcards and make something, I think, very unusual. Yes, Carol, don't you worry, I will bring it out shortly. I think I'm nearing a point where I feel I can be confident that the majority of the Signature Series 1 has kind of gone, and then I'll bring out the individual elements for those of you that would like those. So yeah, you can remind me later if I don't do it in a few weeks' time. Here, Ali, I might just pick these up in blocks. I was going to say this is paper, but I don't think it is actually. I think this is a watercolor background that Ali's done. It's got a lovely shimmer to it, and then she's cut out papers from the paper pad, so you don't need to use your rub-ons on everything. But then, of course, what a beautiful marry up with the colours and the balloons. Just so clever. We've seen this one already. That's from our Liz. Oh, I'm talking about Liz. Look at this beauty. I'm hoping I can show it to good effect here. So this is one of those rather clever pop-up box cards, you know, that sits flat, and she's put rub-ons onto acetate. She's put glitter on the champagne glasses. She's just cut out the elements from the postcards, sentiment. It's such a clever make. And obviously the papers to decorate the box. I never know how to make these. I always love them when I see other people's done them. So yeah, fantastic make that. Liz, really, really special. So thank you. It did survive the post. Yeah, it nearly didn't survive me dropping it when I opened it, but it did. It survived that as well. So hopefully it'll survive the journey down to TV, and it'll be good. But it's brilliant. Well done. Thank you. Who's made this one? It's our Sarah. So Sarah, again, she's dressed the happily ever after sign with the peonies, with the tulip from the black and white image, and she's used the Starlight paste just to accent everything, where you can see those little flashes of colour. Just gorgeous. I love this one as well. This must be a Sarah one because it's one of the bigger ones. Sarah tends to design on a slightly bigger scale. So again, she's put it's not one of our Stella Pays, so it might be a glitter glue, but she's highlighted the frame of the bike in red, which I love. And then I can catch that. My monitor is shocking, so you're probably seeing it really well. I'm apologies. I'm just trying to look. I'm peering at my monitor, thinking it looks really grey. And then she's brought those red highlights in around the rest of it. Aren't these cards just stunning? Really gorgeous. I'm going to flick a little bit, but only from a time perspective, not because there's any one of these that doesn't deserve us enjoying them. Liz, it's got a real kind of pastel, pretty pastel here. So Liz, tell me in the comments what you used to colour these tulips, whether it was alcohol markers or watercolour. I can't tell, but it's again a lovely effect on that black and white with pastel papers behind. Here's the gorgeous cave, and I just love the fact that Sarah has used the same colour accent 3 times to create now a visual triangle there with composition, but that tulip balloon and butterfly kind of bursting out of the cave. So I just love that. I just think that kind of gives you that little bit of sunshine on the design. Now I love this one because this is where my head immediately went when I was putting the rub-ons together, which was the rainbow. So the rainbow rub-on at the end of that pier. Isn't that just so effective? And I love this card. It's gorgeous. It's a real kind of rainbow holographic card in the background, and it says "You colour my world." So how cool is that? That's why I think you will want more of the rub-ons, because they will add such a cool accent to projects. Well, oh, Pan Pastels, Liz, very fancy. I don't think I have any of those. Oh, it looks really cool. I've not thought of using Pan Pastels on there. Thank you for that, Liz. Sarah here, she's combined the happily ever after sign with the pier, and then she's very cleverly used the same rub-on. So this is on foam pads, but she's used the same rub-on, the balloon rub-on, to tie the two together. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm going to have a flick through a few of them just so that we can do this tapestry floral before I leave you this evening. Look at this. So this is you, Sarah, isn't it? What did you use to colour your tulips? I love it. So I just love that. That's pop of blue, but she's also picked up, there's also some pinks there, and then nothing else, you know, just a sentiment and some sparkle. That's just really magical. Oh yeah, Wizard of Ozzy. Oh, Kuritaki's again. You do like those, don't you? They're watercolor markers, aren't they? Who's this? Ali. So Ali, she's got her rainbow in the corner here over the tulips, and she's picked out one of the tulips and the papers. So you've got that echoing of the design, but the colour either side taking your eye across the card there. Aren't these cool? I'm really, really delighted with the design team. They always do amazing, but that they've really kind of got it and made such beautiful cards with them, with the product. So you've obviously got the balloons here. I said Sarah does the bigger cards, and then here's a little one. What's come over you, Sarah? She's got the bunch of balloons, obviously kind of tied to the Ferris wheel. Got a film strip. I don't think I've got any of those left in stock. Just stunning. Just that accent, soft pink, soft pink. And last one, and then we'll do a little bit of stenciling. So we've got here, I think this is Ali, yes. The bubbles. Again, beautiful shading on these bubbles. The paper's uncoated, so you're going to be able to go straight onto them. White accents, so no sparkle paste here to get that fab effect. You just use a white ink to give us the highlight on those bubbles, and they hold their own, don't they? You don't need an awful lot more just than that. So is that getting added to your box, Belinda? Your box is going tomorrow, by the way, lovely. So you'll have to send me a message after this live if that bubble stencil needs to make its way to you too. They are fab. Oh, I found some more samples. They are fab, Dawn. They do make some amazing things. I need to show you this because I think Liz is trying to outdo me with the shaker cards, and I'm just very unhappy about it. So I don't know if any of you watched, was it 2 weeks ago? I can't remember when it was on Create and Craft, and I was so proud of myself for making a shaker card with the rainbow die. And Liz has only gone and made a shaker card with the peony aperture. She's showing off, isn't she? I'll not be doing this on TV, but it's gorgeous. So she's got the plain peony here in white, and then all that kind of the colour and sparkle behind. That is really clever. Yes, I was very annoyed when I saw that, Liz. Too clever for your own good. And she's inspired Liz as well. She liked this collection, I think. So she's used yellows here. You've got your bubbles, got your champagne glasses. So there's a lot. The key thing that I just wanted to kind of repeat, hopefully not repeat myself too much, is with the signature series, I want to try and give you a good mix of tools, things that you'll be able to keep forever, like your stamps, stencils, dies, etc. And then obviously you've got some of your consumables, but I want you to have enough core elements that you can carry on making long after maybe your consumables have been kind of exhausted. And I think, or I hope I've done that okay for you with this one. Right. Yeah. It wasn't an amazing shaker card, Donna. Oh, I know, I do go on about it. Just one shaker card. You think I'd like invented them. What I was going to do, I was going to get out the beautiful tapestry florals and show you what that builds into. And I hope I'm just checking on comments as I'm getting my stencil out to see what you're all thinking. You enjoying it? I hope you like this collection. So the stencils, as I say, these stencils, not the bubbles are in the wallet, but these stencils are a separate item on the counter. You will see them, say they're on the Create and Craft website already, live at the on-air price. So those of you that are wanting to shop ahead, and I'll tell you now, so I'm just going to stand up to do my crafting. I'm not very good at crafting sat down. I should tell you now, probably shouldn't tell you, but I'm live on Create and Craft again on Monday. But those of you who were like warriors getting up early with me this last weekend, I warning out to 7 and 11 slot on Monday. So it's last minute because obviously we kind of wanted to help out in terms of helping them with show cover. There will be a few new things on the counter, but honestly, I wouldn't be saying to you invest in this signature series too if I thought 2 days later I was bringing another big collection. So there are 1 or 2 new items on the counter, but a lot of them will be items that you may have already seen before, and it's the bundles and the pricing are all priced to make them hopefully really accessible. So I just wanted to make you aware of that, because you may think when I've been on Friday, what's she doing popping up again? I always like to be down at Create and Craft, although 7 a.m. is a challenge, I have to be honest. Right, this is the I was looking for a pencil, but I haven't got one here. I'll explain why. So these stencils, there are 4 layers. They've got registration marks in the corners. Now, sometimes I want to have the design on the panel and not have to cut it down, cut it away. So with something like this, I would typically just use a pencil mark in my 4 corners so that I could then erase that after I've built the design. So you don't always need to feel like, well, I've got to cut it away now because I've got these marks in the corners. I often use a pencil and then remove that afterwards. I'm not going to worry about that for now, so I'll probably ink over the sides. But if I was going to try and keep this as part of a single layer card, Obviously I'd mask around all four sides just to avoid the ink going over the edges, and as I say, I wouldn't have these marks inked in, if that makes sense. So let's have a look at some colours that we can build our foliage with. Let's start with some Rustic Wilderness. I can't believe, I thought it was March tomorrow. I'd forgotten it's a leap year, isn't it? So, but I can't believe it is March this week. January goes on forever, and then just things seem to accelerate from there in my experience. Although I am it starts to make you think, and this collection does too, it starts to make you think of sunnier days, doesn't it? So going in with my Rustic Wilderness, any colour combo will do. And of course, once you've built the design once, you kind of have a visual of how it looks, then you can start to experiment a little bit more with your different elements. And that's one of the things that I'm really loving about layering stencils at the moment, is the scope it gives me to add different mediums and different colour combinations really easily without trying to pick very specific parts of the stencil out. I still find them a little bit hard to design because they just, I need to work, you know, you need to break up the design to get the different layers. And so sometimes I'm sat there looking at them for a long time. So I'm just going to add a little bit of green in the corners. Again, this is for placement, but only because I haven't got a pencil with me. Could absolutely just make a temporary mark. So I think there's enough green there. Let us see. I've got my hinge at the top, so it's not going to matter. And again, I could be adding darker greens or other greens even just on this layer, but we'll keep it quite simple this time out. Hiya, Wendy. Yes, you are late to the party, young lady. Oh, I'm glad you like the layering stencils. I can't wait to see what you all start doing with them when they land with you, because that's always a really cool part of the experience for me. I just love watching our Facebook group kind of light up with all your own takes on the products. So you can see here I'm layering or lining up my registration marks. There's no real order on this one that you absolutely have to do, because none of the elements sits on top of another one, if that makes sense. When you're building, you're wanting to get shading on your petals, etc. Then obviously you need to make sure your stencils are in the right order. These things are all sitting adjacent to each other, so you could put them in any order. I typically start with this longer vine piece to begin with, because that's going to help me position the florals and the rest of it. But there's nothing here where you've got to put one down in order to put the other on top of it. Oh, hi, Brian. Yeah, you could. Just two corners. Ali, you're right. Yeah, I agree, Brian. I love seeing graffiti art with the layered stencils. It's a way of looking at design. I think that you just got to practice it. It's the breaking something up to be able to put it back together. So what am I using here? So I'm doing more of the foliage, but I'm going to use Uncharted Mariner, which is more of a teal colour, just so that you can see the variation of colours on the finished sample. You don't need to use a teal, but Tony's been doing that a lot recently. I really like the look of it, so why not give it a go? So this is a really quick one, quick layer to put on. So this is a really quick build design to build. Let's see where we'll go. I'll put the next floral on. Well, this is the inner part of the floral, really. And I called it tapestry floral because I think it's got that real look of a well, tapestry or needlepoint, you know, the old tapestries that had those ornate vines on them. I think it's got a real look of that, but I think it's going to look beautiful on some of the black and white photos, or use it in your own right, but I think it will look like a lovely accent on those two. Now, dilemma, because I'm going to go in my final layer where I go to the tops of flowers. I'm going to put some sparkle paste. So what sparkle paste have I got so that I know I can pick the right colours out? Let's bring out Party Dress. So let's see if I've got a pink that will. Have I got a pink? I'm sure I had a pink earlier. Here it is. Abandoned Coral. So if I put Abandoned Coral on, well, let's try it. I'm overthinking as always. Let's try it, and then we can see what we get. If ever you're in doubt, or you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure I can match the paste with the ink, then you can use your Starlight and ink your next layer, and then put Starlight over the top of that to give it a shine in a way that you know it's going to coordinate. So you don't always need to think, oh, will this and this go? If you've got your pot of Starlight, then that will obviously give you a layer on all of them, on anything. Yes, it is. Oh, the actual is. I thought you meant just tapestry floors in general, Julie, because I do love tapestry. I don't do enough sewing and needlepoint now, but it is something I absolutely love. The collection of 4 before for the price of 3, and I think that's £26.97. Individuals, and I'm not selling them as individuals on Create and Craft, but when they eventually are available as individuals, they'll be £8.99 each of the layered designs, if that's the question you're asking, lovely. So let's add some, what is it? Abandoned Coral. Oh, that's strong. Blimey. It's a juicy pad. I put a load on there. Hoping not too much. Let's see what we've done to that. Oh, that's right. It's always alarming when the ink is sitting on top of the stencil and you think, oh my goodness, it's everywhere. But of course, it hasn't gone through. Isn't that lovely? That's nice. Right, let's add our final touch, but let's add it with some paste. So these are the kind of final outer elements of the petals, just completing the flowers. It's a really nice stylized floral. Let's have a look. Put a bit on the top. Let's say, really, once you've got the vine down, that main vine that we did at the beginning, you may not need the registration marks at all, because it's fairly intuitive where the rest of the elements will sit. Just add a little bit of sparkle to round off proceedings. I've got the jury's out for me whether or not to keep that in the cardboard that sits in the lid. I think it is good for keeping the paste moist, but sometimes I find it really annoying. I don't know, tell me if you've taken yours out and it's not had a problem, then let me know. Right, sparkle paste, pink and gold, hopefully will give us a bit of a pop. And let's see how that looks. There we go. Can you see that? I'm going to end up with a really nice clean mat tonight, Adele. You'll be proud of me. How lovely does that look? Can you see that little bit of extra dimension that the paste gives it? However, you don't need to use it. You could use another ink. You could use your sparkle paste on these leaves and not on the flowers. You could use embossing powder. There are lots of other ways to go with this. Obviously, because I'm enjoying playing with my Stella paste at the moment, that's kind of where my mind goes to, but you'll get lots of amazing effects. I think this would be a nice one. Maybe it's the Tapestry Association, but with fabric paints onto fabric. I just think it will give you a lovely effect. So obviously I've got messy corners here, which I trim away on this occasion, but a little bit of masking and you'd be able to have that on a beautiful kind of crisp white card with one of the sentiments that are in the Signature Series collection. So I'm just looking for some kitchen towel to clean my palette knife. I'm afraid I'm going to have to say goodbye to the stencil because I don't have any water here. Don't tell me. But yeah, you could trim it down, or you could absolutely mask it, so you've got it as the primary element on a project. But I think that looks really cool. So that's ironically, from a demo perspective, that's not the actual Signature Series, but as it was the only one of the layered stencils I hadn't got a coloured sample to show you, I thought it would be worth just using a bit of time this evening to do that. I'll have lots of demos. Bear with me. Let me flip-petite the cameras. Am I still there? I am. I'll have lots of demos on Friday using the products, and I've already started thinking about demos, and it's so easy to put cards together with this. So you know the impact you get just with adding the rub-ons on, and then a sentiment. It's one of those where it almost feels like the cards make themselves, which is sometimes what we need, isn't it? Because it enables us to know that we're going to put something fabulous together, and then if we want to elevate it and go even further, we absolutely can. So I think these stencils, the layered stencils, work beautifully with the Signature Series collection, but the Signature Series is designed to contain everything you need to get it home and make 99% of what you've seen today. So you don't need to feel you need to get everything that's on the counter. If you love it and you love the colorways and you want the 8x8 papers, absolutely. If you're loving your layered stencils, they're there for you. But my aim with these Signature Series wallets is you can do pretty much everything we're showing you with what is in that one collection. So I'm just going to check in with Ali to see if she can give me the 4 names, the 4 winners. So we're going to have 2 winners of a wallet each of the Signature Series and 2 winners of an 8x8. Is that the right way around? So I hope I wasn't being rude then. And 2 winners of an 8x8 paper pad with a set of rub-ons. Oh, and she's there. She's so quick. She's speedy as our Ali. So Julie and Carol Clark, oh bless you, are both going to get the wallet. And Denise, oh, are you on, Denise? I didn't see you in the comments, lovely. Hello, hope you enjoyed your birthday. Denise and Philippa will get the paper pads and rub-ons. So if you're able to, you can personal message me on Facebook, and just so I can get your address and make sure I get stuff sent out to you. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. And the rest of you that have spent the time with me this evening, I really hope you like what you see. I hope you'll be tuning in on Friday, and I will be reminding you to get up early on Monday and join with me for the 7 o'clock show on Monday too. But I am very excited about Friday's shows to start with. So I'm going to say good night and good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for your company and all your support as always. Honestly, it's a lot of work packing orders this week, and I am just grateful for every single one that I pack and get sent out. And to know there are so many names on with those orders of people that I know and I speak to and I see every week, it makes that process even more special. So thank you again, everyone. I'm going to leave you now and try and tidy up and see if Mr. G is going to make me any dinner. And I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll be seeing you on Friday, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So I'll see you soon. Bye for now.